Welcome to another episode of Prioritize. They accomplish while you drown in lists. It's difficult to juggle your responsibilities. Husband, father, brother. It goes on, but your energy doesn't.
You pondering what I'm pondering?
Prioritize what's right for you, not what's left behind. This is Prioritize with Toby Baker.
You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. And when you speak, speak loudly and carry that stick, whatever size it is. Why are we starting out? I don't know. This is Thanksgiving week. That's why we're starting out this way. It is here. It's not a few weeks away. It's not, well, golly gee whiz, we better be thinking about what we're going to be having for Thanksgiving. No, it's in a few days. It is here. It is upon us. Thanksgiving, the looming feast around which so many things begin. Happiness, potatoes, I mean, you name it, it's in there. Garlic cheddar mashed potatoes, and I would add bacon, but that's just me. How can we not add bacon to the potatoes?
Like this needs to be mentioned? Does not everybody do this?
I think there might be a few people out there.
No. Need to shoot them and bury them
So anyway, what are we doing for Thanksgiving? Guys, if you haven't been planning, maybe you're the planner and your wife is the person who is along for the ride, or perhaps it's the other way around. I hope and pray to God above that you are prepared, because it's here. Are you the one hosting this year, or are you going over to somebody else's house? You just got to bring a nice side dish, show up, be prepared for pictures because they're coming. But hey, all this we're going to get into in a second. Can I share with you what I just came across last night? I'm on the couch with my wife. We're looking at the display. It is, of course, just above our beautiful fireplace. I would tell you how I built this thing, but I think I did that in another show. Oh, that was an ordeal. We don't have to get into that right now, but we're looking through a few things. I just came across this on Amazon Prime, and my jaw dropped. I stopped. I froze. I couldn't believe it. And I think if you are a lot like me, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that is going on my favorites list right now. We're going to be we are going to binge watch that. I'm going to binge it with my kids, both the sons and the daughters. We're locking the doors. They are not leaving until every last episode, every last crumble, every last notion of the episode is devoured in whole. And then you sit around the display, the TV, and you're going to discuss it. There's going to be a lecture afterward because, by golly, there was always a moral to the tale at the end of the episodes. Do you remember being a kid watching these? And I think for me it was on, oh man, I want to say Froggy's Pad on Fox 55 in the afternoon and or Saturday mornings. I'm thinking both, and I can't recall which one it started on, but I remember seeing it for the first time, like, this is the best thing ever. And then I showed it to my brother, and he was like, of course he had a higher pitched tone, this is the best thing ever. I can't remember if we showed it to Annette. I don't know. And I'm not sure if it matters. Maybe that's the reason that families are the way they are today, because they have not fully engulfed themselves, enriched themselves in the sweetness that is the television show, the cartoon, the animated cartoon show that started it all. He-Man. Masters of the Universe. Yes, friends, it is now streaming on Amazon Prime. I saw that and I was like, this is going in my must-watch list now. Oh, wow. Man, do you remember getting up and then you're like, I am watching this. There's nothing else that is of any more importance than this television show. I haven't watched an episode recently, so I'm not sure if it kept its integrity, if it transcended the decades, if you will. But I'm going to watch it. I'm going to get back in there. Oh man, it just brings back the feel. I remember being in the basement of mom and dad's house.
Was this just a couple of weeks ago?
No, bro, I moved out.
course you did. That's why we're here recording.
I was in mom and dad's basement. I'm jumping on the trampoline. We have this, it was like a 28 or I think it was just 25 inch color TV. You had to pull the knob in order to turn it on. Didn't have a remote control until we got the cable box, which was very rare. Pops did not vouch and pay for the cable all that often. It was a rare thing. We had an antenna mounted on the house, and there was a dial you could turn, but it was really rough because the antenna remote was upstairs in the corner. So you would turn that just a little bit. It would go all the way around in a circle. So you were twisting on an oven. You would twist the knob less than a quarter turn. You couldn't do a full, from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock. You had to do it in small increments because you didn't know. You didn't know if it was going to come in or not. And then you'd have to go back and then turn it just a little bit more. And then you would see it begin to come through the static. And you're like, yes, you had to do this practice about 30 minutes prior to the show just to make sure that everything was as crystal clear as you could possibly get it because it was just that important. Then I'd be downstairs on the trampoline. I'd probably have a snack in between and then something to drink. And I would be watching the He-Man, yes, Masters of the Universe. And, of course, we all remember the Dolph Lundgren embarrassing. Oh, that thing. Whew. Okay.
Can we please just move on?
Yes, of course. Enough with the reminiscing of He-Man. And I was told, I had a buddy of mine, Chip told me just months ago, like they had another one come out and it was newer and I don't want to.
Can we please just move on to show?
Yes, I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. I get caught up. Okay. So Thanksgiving is here. What are you going to eat? What are you planning on making? Like, do you have your recipe made up? Don't find yourself at the grocery store, Walmart, Meijer, Kroger, Sam's Club. God save you if you got to go to Costco. Can you imagine going to Costco the day before Thanksgiving? It is 2025, people. Let's use our heads if we're not using our phones. Plan this stuff out, man. Save yourself the hassle. I remember being the day before Thanksgiving, and if we needed something to finish a recipe, I would be saying, that's it. We're just not going to have it. I'm not going to that store. Now, of course, nowadays, you could do the order ahead, delivered to your car, delivered to your home. But if it's the day before Thanksgiving and you're missing an ingredient, what are you going to do, buddy? What are you going to do? Miss Lady? I'm guessing you're not going to hop in your car and drive 10 minutes there, 10 minutes back, and like an hour for this one ingredient just to make sure your Thanksgiving dinner is perfecto. In lieu of said dinner, can I offer you an alternative to the regular mashed potatoes?
Oh boy, here we go.
The garlic cheddar mashed potatoes are simply amazing.
I cannot believe I'm here for this bologna.
You take your potato. Now you can do it with instant, that's fine. But if you're going to use the regular, the regulare potatoes, of course you got to do the steaming or the boiling, first and get that stuff out of the way so that they are the nice and soft. How many ever you're going to have. Now, some people will go straight for the milk. This can be a mistake. Cut the milk with some sour cream. You will be amazed at the flavor. I kid you not. You will be texting me. You'll be shooting me the email.
No, they won't.
You're right. Nobody uses the email. You'll be making the comments. Mr. Baker Boy himself, I am so glad that you offered this recipe. This is sheerly amazing. I don't know why we always use that.
Well, this just goes to show you.
Of course it does. All right. So don't fill it up with the milk. Cut that with some sour cream. Now you're going to want to use bacon, even if you're Jewish. I think you can hide the bacon in the potato. It's amazing. So you fry up the bacon, slice it up. Probably want to cut it ahead of time. It's just going to be easier. So, cut it in half and half and half again. And then you're going to want to throw the bacon along with the bacon grease right into the potato mixture. It's going to be amazing. Once you're close to finalizing the potato mess, after the sour cream, the milk, everything's already boiled, then you add in the cream, the milk, and the butter, and the bacon and the bacon grease. Then you add in the garlic and as well as the cheese. You got to have cheese in this. It's amazing. Your family will think you can play hero. Just say you found it at some, I don't care. Just put it into exercise. You'll thank me late numerous times. You're going to think. And here's the thing. I don't need the things. It's okay. I'm passing this along to you. You know what my mom used to say about the garlic cheddar mashed potatoes?
Oh, no.
If you don't get the potatoes right, you're going to catch the pneumonia. Put a jacket on. Call me crazy, but I'm saying sour cream, garlic, cheddar, bacon, boom. You have made Thanksgiving magic, okay? The pilgrims will come back saying, please, can we get some of I don't know what accent they used. It's silly. It probably wasn't that. It probably older and sounded much more sophisticated. But there you go. Garlic cheddar mashed potatoes. It's amazing. Now, of course, the people are going to be bringing the green bean what is it with the green bean casserole? Do we still have to have this stuff? Are you a fan of the green bean casserole? I would have been okay if that never happened, really. I mean, I like green beans, but the casserole with the fried things in there, the onion, and this is a pretty tough time to be on a diet. If you're going, if you're on a diet or you're watching your weight or your calories or your carb intake, man, this is a tough time. Okay, if I can encourage you, just keep the vision of how you want to be after Thanksgiving dinner when you're going into Thanksgiving dinner, right? Just keep the idea, okay, we don't have to pig out. We do not have to hog out on we don't have to fill the entire plate because Thanksgiving dinner, it lasts for a few hours around our house. How is it around your house? Is it like every man for himself and then your mom is sitting there like holding on to her hands and she's just rolling her hands and trying to like, what happened to my kitchen? Or like, does everybody pitch in? Because this is great when this happens. The whole family gets there and they're wanting to help out, right? Like we have appetizers so that you are not starving, waiting for food to arrive. We don't have to do that to ourselves, gang. You do not have to starve yourself and then you're going to gorge as soon as the dinner, like as soon as they say amen, you're like diving in, no holds barred. Your face is a mess. You're loosening up your belt. Like, well, you don't have to do this to yourself, okay? So go in with the idea, hey, I don't have to do this. Like we do this every year, do we not? Every single year we go in, hey, I'll have a little bit of, and before you know it, there's no more white left on your china plate. Everything is covered, and then you feel guilty.
Well, if I don't finish, then they're going to look at me like, what is this guy doing?
Right? I get it, and I feel the pain. You're going to feel so much more pain just gorging yourself on this. So take it slow. Enjoy the dinner, right? You don't have to do this to yourself. If you're like me, I'm guessing you like things to look nice, to look beautiful. Here's the thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. There's no such thing as perfect. Think back to the most memorable Thanksgiving dinner gatherings in your home. Was it because the decorations were just so, because all the candles were lit up and they spelled Thanksgiving or we give things? Was it because nobody touched the do not touch towels in the bathroom? All the autumn colors, we can't touch those. I'm going to go out on a limb here.
You're the only one.
Thanks. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess if you're like me, then it was because you were all together under one roof. You may not have been able to fit in the same room, but you're together under the one roof. And you're with family, and there were hugs all around, and, your crazy uncle was going on. We had this aunt. Nobody liked her. Nobody liked her. I don't know if I can get into this. I was going to try to push this back farther. I don't know. I would just get into it now. When we were kids, we'd hop in a car, we'd go to grandma's, and you love going to grandma's for Thanksgiving. You like going to your family's home, the cousins, the aunts, uncles, they're all there. Except for one aunt. We could not, we were okay if she did not show up. Like if she was sick, that's fine. Fantastic. She was a horrible human being. It was so hard to love her like Jesus because she gave you so many reasons not to. Like she was an instigator in so many ways. She would sit there and talk lightly. Like, why are people acting so like that's not how that's supposed to. Oh, my mom was great about it. My aunt was great. I was not. I got to the certain age like I cannot abide this anymore. I don't know how big, probably because I'm just immature. The mature Christians around the table would all endure it. I'm thinking, why are we this is toxic. This is what people have come to label as toxicity. And they're done with it. We don't need it at our table. We don't need it in the kitchen. We just don't need it around Thanksgiving. There I said my piece.
Are you sure?
I'm not bitter about it.
No, you're not bitter.
When we're a kid, man, that's what we loved, was being with the family. Now, who brought what? I don't know. I don't remember. There was always turkey. Most of the time there was ham, all the fixings, and nobody walked away hungry. That was a big thing. If you walked away, nobody walked away hungry. The grandmas and the moms wouldn't allow it. They're like, you're going to sit there and eat that stuff and you'll get pneumonia. I'll make sure of it. Give me a kiss. I love you. Pick the fork up off the ground. What are you doing? Stop feeding the dog. So, I don't know, something like that, right? We got to a point in our own family, Joyce and our boys and I, where we had to split up the Thanksgiving. So we would do one Thanksgiving with my folks, one with her folks. And they were nice about it. I don't remember that we brought a whole lot, if at all. And then, like, our family gatherings got kind of sizable. And we're like, hey, what if we hosted? I have the gift of hospitality. I love hosting. I thought I loved hosting. And then I actually hosted. I'm like, what am I doing hosting? This is horrible. Why do I do my stuff? I'd get so frustrated. I'd be frustrated right up until the point where people started arriving. And I was like, oh, this is great. Now, there was a lot that led up to that. And if you listen to our boys' podcast called The Baker Boys, aptly named, if you ask me.
Well, that is a good name. Yes, I totally agree. That is fantastic. The Baker Boys. Jolly good.
I just said that.
I know. I make it sound better.
I'm right here.
Good. I'm glad you know finally where you are. Can we please move on with the podcast?
We got to a point where we started hosting. I thought I loved it going in, and then I just so many things would frustrate. Who's coming? Who's not? Why can't we get a yes or a no? Can we get a yes or a no? I would allow myself to get frustrated over that. I would allow myself to be frustrated over all the little things that did not matter. We just needed food, decor, people. Boom, we're done. We're good. We're golden. Can we celebrate this? And then I finally got over that. But you can't just, here's the thing. They wanted, when you go to your Thanksgiving dinner, are you doing this on styrofoam plates, paper plates? Is this how you eat? I hate that. I absolutely hate that. So I said to Joyce, I said, honey, let's start getting some china. We didn't have any china. So we had china? My mom had a whole cabinet filled with china. So I asked Mom, I called her up, Mom, hosting Thanksgiving this year, we're so excited about it. We don't have any china. Oh, you guys don't need china. Don't use it. Well, we'd like to use your china. You don't want to use my china. Can I guess why I don't want to use your china? Don't talk back to your mother.
You're going to catch pneumonia.
Okay. So I couldn't get her to allow me to use that, which is fine. So, who's got China? Salvation Army, Goodwill, thrift stores, because people get tired of their China. Like, I'm tired of having this in our house. We never use it. Or they've used it and abused it, and now they're done with it. And I think, hey, for 50 cents a plate, I'll use that. And we happen to have a dishwasher, or we have 3 young gentlemen. They can wash our dishes and put the dishes away. We can actually have dishes for Thanksgiving dinner. Real dishes, just like how Grandma did. I'm pretty sure she did. I'm pretty sure Grandma used actual dishes, because you know what else she would break out? She had this box. Did your grandma have a box that she would only break out about twice a year? And they open up the box and they got the polishing cloth and they start polishing the silverware. Because this was important. And around these dinners, we use actual, real, honest to God, honest to goodness silverware. I have no idea where that stuff went. I don't know where the silverware went. I'd like to know because we would use it, but we don't have that. So we started gathering China. If you talk to our boys or if you've listened to their podcast, then you've probably heard them talk about the abundance. We had too much. We had too much China. So much so that a lot of it would wind up in a tub out in the garage, and then we'd break that out around Thanksgiving. We didn't begin hosting it at our house. We actually started hosting it at the YFC office. So we would have it there because the kids, there was so much space. There was a gymnasium. There's this huge center. There's a gymnasium right outside that. There's this huge game room upstairs with like the old school arcade games. There was a weight room. If you got tired and bored and you hated yourself, you could go lift weights. I mean, this was a lot. There was a lot going on. It was a really nice space, plenty of parking. Everything was on the first floor for the people who didn't want to go upstairs. So that was great. And we hosted it there for a bit. And of course we brought everything, we took everything with us. So then another room opened up over at our church, which had an upstairs. So everybody's, walking upstairs, plenty of room. Once again, lots of room. There was a big game room. There was a coffee room, like its own coffee house. And we would go in the night before, go in on a Wednesday. After I was done working and Joyce was done working, we'd pack up the car. There was so much packing to do. We'd take it all over to the church. We'd unpack it, take it upstairs. We'd get these Tostino's pizzas in boxes, cardboard boxes, square boxes. We'd pop those out, throw those in. They had this they was the coolest pizza oven. I still think I would get one if we had the space, but we don't. Sadly. And man, it just came out perfect every single time. It was amazing. And we'd do the pizzas there and the sodas, and we tried to make it fun for the boys. We'd have a Christmas movie playing, and we'd be setting up and getting the decorations ready. So that Thursday, we're just bringing the stuff we forgot from Wednesday, and we're setting everything up, and we already got the food going and the crock pots going. And then later on, we would have to move that all the way downstairs. They had a really nice, they called it a fireside room, and had its fireplace, and we'd set up the round tables, and there was a huge kitchen bar with its own kitchen right there. And we could finish setting up everything. The kids could still go upstairs for the game room. There was a gymnasium, so much space. Over time, we had fewer and fewer people come into our Thanksgiving that we were hosting, so that changed and morphed a little bit. We could host it in our very own home. It was amazing! We didn't have to pack up the car and drive anywhere and unpack and set everything up and decorate. It just was there. That was great. Still using the china, mind you, but we got rid of a lot of the china because, again, fewer and fewer people were coming. Man, we've had, and we just got rid of more china this past year. My aunt, one of my favorite aunts, had gifted to us, because they were moving, gifted to us her china set. She knows that I enjoy using the china year-round for Easter Sunday and Mother's Day and maybe Father's Day and obviously Thanksgiving and Christmas. And, we just use it. Like it doesn't stay hidden away, locked away in a hutch or a cupboard somewhere. We make good use of that stuff. So she gave us all this beautiful, from Japan, china from Japan.
Oh, no!
We got rid of a lot of the other china because we got this in. My Auntie Beth and Uncle Gordon, they moved out of Peoria and out of Beacon, Illinois. They moved down to Indy. I had a cousin who got married, so they wouldn't be coming to Thanksgiving this year. I have a grandma, and grandma always brought the apple pie. We had two grandmas. The one grandma would bring the ginger crinkles. That's where we get the famous ginger crinkle recipe. The other grandma would bring the apple pie, and Grandpa. She would always bring Grandpa. Loved Grandpa. Miss Grandpa. Grandpa went home to be with the Lord several years ago. He's not around. Grandma Baker has passed away. Grandma Wright is now in a assisted living facility, an old folks home. Like an hour and a half, 2 hours away. So we can't. It's just not like it's tough to get her here. Dave Wright and this guy. I'm telling you. He's a different kind of character. He wasn't mean or angry. That I never saw this guy angry. He always had a smile on his face. That was positive. He couldn't get clothes to match. That's okay. It's not important, sort of. But he would. My mom asked me, "Can your Uncle Dave come over? Otherwise, he's gonna catch the pneumonia." Sure, Mom, but he can come over. Okay. And then Dave would ask, "Hey, what do you want me to bring to Thanksgiving dinner?" Thanksgiving dinner. He always repeated himself. And I'm thinking in my head, okay, what would be the easiest thing? They don't have to cook. It's going to be easy to bring. They can just grab it and go. I know. Have you ever had the King's Hawaiian sweet rolls? Oh, man. You don't even need to add bacon to this stuff. It is so amazing. The King's Hawaiian sweet rolls, they are so good. So that's what I asked him to bring. Oh, hey, Dave, can you bring some King's Hawaiian sweet? Oh, King's Hawaiian. Boy, that's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I'll definitely bring that. So Thanksgiving Day, people are starting to arrive. My mom and dad, my nieces. There's Uncle Dave and his wife Sharon. Hey, Tobe, brought them sweet rolls y'all love. Aunt Millie's. You know, there's a difference between the King's Hawaiian sweet rolls and Aunt Millie's. I don't want to say it's polar opposites, right? I don't want to say like the King's Hawaiian sweet rolls are from the North Pole where Santa Claus and the elves are most of the year. And the Aunt Millie's is on the South. I don't want to say that.
Okay, what'd you say?
I would say it's...
Night and day?
I would say it's like...
Polar opposites?
Okay, you're right. Polar opposites. Like Aunt Millie's are still good. They're just not King's Hawaiian sweet rolls. So the following year, we're hosting again because we enjoy it. You know, Joyce's folks come in and Mom and Pops and everybody coming in. And, we filled the house. We got 3 tables set up and we're all crammed in one space. It's phenomenal. I love it. I love it. You don't, maybe you're not like that at all. You hate the family. You just want a nice, very small Friendsgiving, or you're single and you're like, why do people like having family around? I hate it. That's fine. I get it. No problem. Not throwing any shade your direction.
Whoa! Where do you learn how to use that word?
Don't make fun of me. The following year, I am stressing, as Dave asked me, so, Tobe, Thanksgiving dinner's coming up. What do you want us to bring here? Hey, Dave, good idea to bring the King's Hawaiian. The Kings, are stressed as much as I possibly can. You know, Dave, we so appreciated last year. Can you bring the King's? Oh, yes. Yeah, the Hawaiian sweet rolls. Know how you guys like those? The Hawaiian. Yes, the King's Hawaiian sweet rolls. Those are the ones we absolutely love. I'll be sure to bring those along, Tobe. Bring those along. He repeats himself. He thinks it's funny. I don't know. It was funny. I mean, now that he's gone, we kind of mock it a little bit. And then, Thanksgiving Day comes, everybody's coming in. Here comes Dave. Hey, Tobe, got them rolls, y'all. Like, Aunt Millie's! Why? Okay, so the following year, I write it down for him. I give him a handwritten letter. Dave, we're so appreciative and thankful that you're coming to Thanksgiving dinner. Give him a coupon. I gave the guy a coupon for King's Hawaiian sweet rolls. Shows up.
Aunt Millie's sweet rolls?
Yes, Aunt Millie's sweet rolls. God bless him. He's gone. He's passed away. He's with the Lord. Suffice it to say, we get the King's Hawaiian sweet rolls. But you know what? There's so much has changed over the past year. It's like nobody's around. So we gave away, like Aunt Tina and Uncle Don, they moved down to Georgia. Beth and Gordon, they moved to Indianapolis. Joyce's folks, they don't get out as much anymore. My folks, they're coming in. We're like, I don't need all this China, so we're clearing out things, little by little, as much as we can. I'm far from a minimalist, but if I see something that doesn't serve a purpose anymore, I'm thinking to myself, hey, do we really need this around here? So we got rid of that. And then I started getting calls. Hey, you mind if we come over for Thanksgiving dinner? Sure, come on over. The more the merrier. My Aunt Beth and Uncle Gordon, hey, they text me. I thought it was great. I didn't know she could text. She texts me. Hey, do you mind if we come over for Thanksgiving dinner? Sure, come on over. Your cousin and his new wife, they want to come too? Fantastic. Glad to have them. I'm thinking, wait a minute, these numbers are adding. We don't have this much China. How did I do this? I did not anticipate that all of a sudden we'd be having more family over for dinner. Why do I say all this?
Funny, I was asking the same thing.
Why do I say it? I do so enjoy this time of the year. And I think I shared with you last podcast, that this is about my favorite time of the year. And we got the people coming in. That's what kicked off the China thing, the hospitality thing. And one of the things I'm really thankful for this year, do you do this around your table? Does somebody stand up inevitably and say, okay, I'm thankful for my family and I'm thankful for the warm home. And then they look at the person beside them, waiting, implying, hey, bozo, it's your turn. Stand up and say something you're thankful for. Does this happen around you guys' table? I've tried it around mine. It's strange, the looks you get. Like they didn't anticipate. I didn't properly prepare them. Some of them, they get very fussy about it. They don't want to say anything that they're grateful for. They don't want to stand up. They don't like attention. It's not even about attention. It's just kind of vocalizing the things about which you offer gratitude, right? I remember some of the people around the table just straight up like, no, I'm not doing this, which I'm not upset about. What I could have done, and here's what I would honestly recommend if you plan on doing this, just because some people, maybe it's not about the fact they're not grateful. They just hate any kind of attention, standing up or saying things. They're not used to vocalizing it, but I would highly recommend we get into a practice of vocalizing the things about which we're grateful. It changes your heart. It changes your attitude. It changes your altitude. When we walk around pissed off at the world, looking for things we can be outraged about, our entire countenance changes. So maybe you're not saying it around the Thanksgiving dinner table, or maybe it's just your family. You could be the guy who goes first. Hey, you don't have to join in if you don't want to. But I just want to take a moment and vocalize a couple things. If you want to say something afterward, that's great. And then we'll begin eating, or we can pray. Normally I ask Pops to pray. He's the elder of the family. So it's an honor, to offer up prayer, to bow our heads, to bring everybody kind of in unison, in the same spirit, if you will. What are you thankful for this year? I mean, this is a time we should reflect, kind of look back, look inward, look around us. What am I thankful for? Well, for starters, I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful that you're listening, that you support. Maybe you don't say anything. Maybe you don't make the comments. Maybe you're not on our Patreon, which would make sense because we don't have our page. I don't think our Patreon's live. That doesn't matter. I just want to say, I'm glad you're listening. Hopefully you get something out of this. You get a good story. You get a couple of laughs.
They're in the wrong place for that. I'll tell you what, laughs.
Maybe you're thankful for this guy. I'm grateful that you listen, that you download, that you spread the word, that you talk to others about it. If you want to, smash the like button. Can you smash a like button on the podcast? I don't know. Offer 5 stars. If you haven't already, say a few comments. It helps other people just like us to find podcasts just like this. If you've gotten value from it, you want to share it with some other people, I would be grateful for that. I'm thankful for a microphone and a pop filter and a studio. I'm thankful for a cigar lounge and a bourbon lounge. I'm thankful for the work that God has placed in my hands, the money that He's put into our account to manage. I'm thankful for my wife. She is a Proverbs 31 model wife. She is a beautiful, she's hot. She's a PYT. That's what she is. We got 3 great boys. They all got jobs. They're paying for their own stuff. They're working on their careers. They're working on, the next step. It's a very tough time for kids, I guess they're not kids, for adults their age in that generation. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to be or do when I grow up. So I can't imagine what it's like for these guys. I'm thankful at the end of the day, I got a warm home that I can sleep in. I got the best pillow and the mattress is amazing. I sleep next to an amazing woman at night, unless I'm out on a project, obviously. But yeah, these are just some of the things that I'm thankful for. And maybe that doesn't mean anything to you, and that's okay. I didn't say it for your benefit. I said it for mine. I said it, because it just reminds me to prioritize those things. Yeah, to take a moment and prioritize gratitude. Maybe write it down if you don't think you can vocalize it. Take a sheet of paper and a pen if you still have those, or a pencil. Or you can journal on your iPhone notes or whatever. What am I thankful for? What has happened to me this year? I can look back and say, you know what, this was really good. What are you grateful for this year? That would be my challenge to you. And I encourage you to do it today. Write down the things for which you are grateful for today, because tomorrow is promised to no one.